Congrats, bro.
Fuck the Cowboys. Oh, cheese.
There we go.
There we go.
Quien presente a Karina para casarse con Alex.
Alex, here's my daughter. Big trust.
Thank you.
I love.
I love you too.
Hola, bienvenidos. Hello and welcome. Dear family and friends, we are gathered here next to one of God's greatest creations and in the presence of God to witness and to pledge our support to the marriage of Alex Chamay and Karina Resendez. Please be seated for the reading. Reading, the gift of love. San Pablo writes to us in the first letter to Corinthians, if I speak in the tongues of mortals and angels, but do not have love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give away all my possessions, and if I hand over my body so that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not envious or boastful or arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. But as for prophecies, they will come to an end. And as for tongues, they will cease. But as for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know only in part, and we prophesy only in part. But when the complete comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became an adult, I put an end to my childish ways. For now, we see in a mirror, dimly. But when we see face to face, now I know only in part. Then I will know fully, even as I have been fully known. And now, faith, hope, and love abide, these three, and the greatest of these is love. The reading we just heard is a wedding classic for good reason. It touches on the end of childhood with a big emphasis on love, everything that we expect from a marriage. I see many familiar faces in this audience from our chance to celebrate the 4th of July with a little bit of Cinco de Mayo at Edgar and Mimi's house. I recall on that cracking hot Texas day, we hung out on the Resendez porch and in the backyard pool, an eclectic collection of 80s and Latin tunes played in the background. We played makeshift water basketball with an inner tube and took turns trying to float on that inflatable alligator. Selena and Sophia sat on top of the water side and did a 3, 2, 1 countdown, followed by a glorious splashdown. We enjoyed tacos and homemade key lime pie. Mimi, Swallow, and Maggie danced to Funky Town. We can ask ourselves, what would that day been without love? We would have been that noisy gong, a person playing with a ball alone, sliding down a water slide with no cheering section, and eating a piece of pie in silence. This spot here also brings back great memories of love. Simone and Mike watched a young Alex Chemay perform what seemed like an endless run of wipeouts, face plants, and water in the nose incidents while learning to ride a boogie board right over here. And a skim board in the shallows right over there, a pastime he still enjoys. Fortunately, he is much better at it. Alex and the entire extended family built sandcastles and swam in these warm waters. My personal favorite, right behind the jetty over there, many days with my son and Alex and Andrew, and a few times even with Simone in the net. We got to enjoy days fishing with Mike Chemay in the bright blue waters. As Alex and Karina start this grand adventure of marriage, we can all remind ourselves, God loves us, our love made the good times great, and got us through rough times in the past. In the future, we can be confident that love will be a constant presence. Alex Chemay, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her in sickness and in health? And, forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Karina Resendez, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together in the covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor, and keep him in sickness and in health? And forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Alex, please make your vows to Karina.
Standing here with you, I can't help but think back to when we first met over 2.5 years ago. Thanks to the Hinge dating app, you got to see me dressed as a water bottle for Halloween. I got my first glimpse of you in a white coat, and we got to schedule our first date at a Rangers game. I was so nervous driving to the game, I stopped at a liquor store and bought a couple of mini whiskey shots and drank them when I parked. Instead of easing my nerves, they teamed up with the deer burger I'd eaten and an apparent kidney stone to give me an upset stomach and a weird limp. But even through the pain and the unintentional swagger, I had the best first date of my life. Neither of us can remember a single thing that happened at that game, and I knew something was different. I hadn't just met a beautiful, intelligent, and captivating woman. I met the person who would become my biggest fan, my best friend, and now my wife. Since then, we've grown a partnership built on honesty, laughter, and the kind of connection that makes us feel secure in our vulnerable moments. You've shown me what it looks like when it's enduring, kind, and loyal. So today, standing here with our closest loved ones, I want to put words to the promises I will make to you in our life together as husband and wife. Karina, I vow to always be your teammate, your confidant, and your safe place. I promise to keep showing up even when life throws us curveballs. I promise to be honest, truth-seeking, and to do right by you even when it's difficult. I vow to always see you with the same eyes and the same heart that I see you with at this exact moment. And I promise to always pursue you, to fight for you, and to love you wholeheartedly for the rest of my life.
Karina, please make your vows.
Me, Alex. Our first date was at the Texas Rangers game, and little did I know that I'd be meeting my future husband that day. I'll never forget how I walked into work that night and couldn't stop talking about you. I knew even then that I had just met someone extraordinary. Thank you for loving me the way I'd always dreamt of being loved. You're one of the most loyal, hardworking, and committed people I've ever known. Steady, trustworthy, and always there to your word. You give so much of yourself to the people you love, and I've seen it firsthand how deeply you care. I'm so grateful not only to be marrying you, but also be welcomed into the incredible family that helped shape you into the man I love today. I feel so blessed to be part of them now, and I promise to cherish that gift every day. You taught me that I deserve to be loved for everything that I am, exactly as I am today. I love the way you support me and always know exactly what I need. You're my favorite person to be around. You've told me that I make things more fun, but you actually make them more fun for me. No matter where we are, it's home as long as we are together. I promise to choose you every day. I promise to listen, to learn, and to love through all of life's changes with you. I promise to make the house that you come to be your peace and home. I promise to try every single day to make you feel as understood and loved as you make me feel. I promise that one day, if we're lucky to have a family of our own, I will remind our future children that I chose their dad with them in mind. That even before I knew they would exist or who they would be, I was thinking of them when I chose you. I look forward to building a home filled with love and laughter. I look forward to all the quiet rituals that make us us, like the way we wind down together with a glass of milk and feel completely at home. I look forward to the life we will craft, something that's real, meaningful, and entirely ours. So to my Costco-loving, lawn care fanatic, home run, future father of my children and my best friend, I accept you for everything you are, and I'm so lucky I get to spend this life with you. You complete me, and I love you.
All right. These rings are a sign and symbol of the vows Alex and Karina have made to one another. These rings will forever be a sign of the covenant between them. May they ever remain in peace, living together in unity, in love, and happiness. Alex, please repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign of my devotion and love.
I give you this ring as a sign of my devotion and love.
And with all my heart, I promise to you all that I am.
And with all my heart, I promise you with all that I am.
With this ring, I marry you and join my life to yours.
With this ring, I marry you and join my life to yours.
I place it on her hand.
Yep.
All right, Karina, please repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign of my devotion and love.
I give you this ring as a sign of my devotion and love.
And with all my heart, I promise you all that I am.
And with all my heart, I promise you all that I am.
With this ring, I marry you and join my life to yours.
With this ring, I marry you and join my life to yours.
Snack.
All right, we're at the beach and we will now have the Unity Sand ceremony. Today, you join your separate lives. The two separate bottles of sand symbolize your separate lives, separate families, and a separate set of friends. They represent all that you are and all that you will ever be as an individual. They also represent your lives before today. As these two containers of sand are poured together into the third container, the individual containers of sand will no longer exist, but will be joined together as one.
Ready?
Just as these grains of sands can never be separated and poured again into the individual containers, so will your marriage be.
Going away.
All right, step back over here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold hands. Alex and Karina, on behalf of all these present, and by the strength of your own love, I pronounce you are married. You may now kiss to seal the union.
Big.
Now you walk down the aisle.
Okay.
Okay, at the end, huh?
Yeah, okay.
Let's go.